Embarrassing. We did a roll race. Embarrassing. I was so confident. I said, oh, firstly, it's a Mustang. I thought it'll go in the crowd. He put me to the dust. Alright, so the story starts with me going for a haircut. It sounds very funny or ironic, I will say. I'm going for a haircut. But I like to trim my hair. I like to keep it really short and like look like Jason Statham from India, like a poor man's Jason Statham. That's what I think. But it's okay. You can think whatever you like. So I was going for a haircut. So I told my wife, okay, babe, I'm going to go quickly get a haircut and I'll come back. So I took my car. Even if I'm going supermarket, which is like 1 block away, I will take my car. If I'm going Shisha, which is in my building, but on the other side, back side, I'll first go to my parking, take my car out, go for Shisha, which is I can walk faster and reach faster. Anyway, I was going for a haircut, which is again 3 blocks away from my place. I went there in my car, but the salon is in a building, okay, and there are 3 similar buildings next to each other, so they are confined. So if you go there with my car, there will be a lot of echo of the exhaust, and of course, because there is going to be a lot of echo, I like pushing it even more. So I was going through that lane, like a small by lane, and so I pressed a little, or more, maybe a more than little, and I came in front of the salon and I parked my car. Okay, I parked my car, took my wallet, took my mask. I got out of the car and I saw there's one guy in a Land Cruiser. He goes there, he rolls his window down and takes a picture. So I thought, okay, there are a lot of people who do that. You know, they click not because my car is very beautiful, but some people just desire this car and they find it really beautiful. So I thought he's one of those guys who's going to take the picture. So he took a picture. So me, having oblivious to the fact that he could be cop or CID or somebody, I was like, oh, so you like my car? You're like your car? How did you go from there? So loud. I'll give you mukhalfa. I'm like, no way. And then he showed me his ID. When I went closer, he showed me his ID. I'm like, no way. I recently bought a bike. Okay. So to buy the bike, I had to register the bike, I had to clear all the fines, which I was waiting, when will I get that 50% off or 60% off? I couldn't wait because now I have to register my bike. So I said, oh, pay the fines. So I paid my fines. And I said, again, a new fine, and I know what will the fine be. And this guy is telling me, you know how much fine you'll get, mukhalfa you get for what you did over there? There are kids sleeping. And I was like, shit. I like, sir, even though I live in that area, I like, sir, I don't live in this area. So I don't know how many kids are here or who's sleeping. And I did not realize that I was loud. I'm sorry if I disturbed you or maybe your kids, or if I disturbed you overall. He said, no. Mukhalfa. You know how much mukhalfa? I said, sir, I have a car club and I've been driving this for a very long time. So I know how much you can give me mukhalfa and how many things you can give me mukhalfa for. So, but I really apologize. I'm sorry. I did not realize. Sir, I don't even live in this area. I only come here for a haircut. And I told him, I said, I know I don't have much of it left, but I only came to trim my hair and I will go from here. I don't live here. So I did not realize this is a residential area or people will get disturbed. My mistake, I'm sorry. So he said, okay, he let me go. I always tell people, Dubai police and CIDs, they are, I don't want to take a Mickey out of it that, just because they left me, I'll praise them. In general, if you explain, they listen. They are nice. Okay, how did I start pursuing cars? I was always infatuated with anything that doesn't need human effort to drive. Like a cycle, you need to keep paddling. So what excited me, like a bike, you can just roll your wrist, twist your wrist and you're there. Cars, I remember, actually I'll start with bike, how it started. Anyone who would come to my house with a motorbike or scooter or anything has 2 wheels and need a key to start, When they are sitting for dinner, lunch, whatever, the key is gone and so is the bike, whatever they've got. And I would take it out of my community or the place where I live, because if I start, they will know that the car started or the bike is started. I would take it, start, take my friend, make one round, come back, put it exactly where that person kept it, go back, keep the keys there. When we had the drivers in the house, the driver ji, like you just drive, I will change the gear. And I'm talking about ambassador, where the gears are sick, man. You need two hands to change the gear. I would do that. So that's how I always, it was so nice. I love the whole, I remember we had this cooking utensil which was big and you could hold it. I would use it as a steering wheel. I would sit down on the floor and I would, and then also I had the borla in my head when I was a kid. Now I actually have it in my car. So we make the sound, and I'm changing gear also as a kid. I was so much I used to love, and I used to love cycling a lot, a lot. That's how I knew my city so well. I know all the by lanes. If you want to go without helmet from one end of my city to the other, I can take you just from the by lanes. This is how well I know the city. So this is how it started. When I bought the bike, my mom thought that I'm still buying a cycle, because she would say, don't go out of the community. So stay in the community area with a motorbike, which is supposed to go out on the street. I would only drive it within a confined area. Then of course, slowly, you keep pushing the limits and you take the bike out. That's how it all starts. So anyone who supercharges or anyone who has this whole thing of, you want to race? You want to race? Come, let's go race. Professionally as in a strip. We go to this place, beautiful, secluded from traffic. We know where the cameras are, we know where the race should end. So we go pull our cars there. So I've been there, not many times to be honest, because the cars that come there, they mean business. They know exactly every nut and bolt which is present in their cars. I love my car, but I think they love their car more. I'll be very selfish if I say, oh no, I love my car the most. These guys out there who come to race, they love their cars and they know what they're doing. So a lot of people just come, enthusiastic people just come to even watch, and it's a pleasure to go watch them. 600 horsepower. Oh, I have a Ferrari. I have seen, there's an incident where this guy, he had a Ferrari. I had a friend, he had like a Mustang. He beat the ass out of this Ferrari because the new Mustangs with like the 10 gear change, they will beat Ferraris. I'm sorry. Like one of the incident with my friend Rashid, when I first met him, we did this pull with his Skyline. Okay, so we were pulling, and we saw a bunch of Corvettes, and Corvette is a powerful car. On a straight line, they will beat me hands down. It's not even a question. Corvette is a powerful car, but something went bad on that day. I think they had a bad day. So there was these 4 or 5 friends in their Corvette, and me and Rashid, we pulled the Skyline and my Charger. We saw them changing lane and they went somewhere. I think went back to buy maybe a Skyline or maybe to buy a Charger or to Dubai Driving Center again. I don't know what it was. But that was it. Then again, there was one race I lost with another friend of mine. He had a Mustang supercharged. My friend made a Mickey out of me. They told me, oh, come race with him. It's a stage 2 stock car, nothing much, nothing stage 2, just intakes and exhaust. Pulled on Al Khail Road. Khalas. He was like, maybe gave me 4 car length defeat. Embarrassing. We did a roll race. Embarrassing. I was so confident. I said, oh, firstly, it's a Mustang. I thought it'll go in the crowd. No offense, but this is how it is. So I'm just being stereotyped. So I thought he's going in the crowd, but he put me to the dust. So again, like I said, don't judge people. You never know what's happening inside the hood. And then once I raced with this on Jumeirah next to Souk Madinat in Jumeirah, after Burj Al Arab. We were on the signal going towards Marina. There was this guy on Camaro 1LE. He like, you want to pull? I said, okay. And we know where the cameras are on that road as well. I said, okay, we'll pull. We pulled. He lost, and then he like, oh, you have something in your car. I want to see. I said, okay. I pulled over my car. He came. He saw. He said, have you done something internally? I said, well, I don't know what you're talking right now, because there's nothing internally I can do unless you think I'm running a tank of methanol or there's some fuel tank I have. It's nothing. So yeah, a few pulls, and I like pulling. Like I said, I like pulling with people, cars with a better performance. Like I've tried pulling with GTR, the new GTRs, even though they will rape my happiness. I don't mind pulling with them because there's not a point I want to prove that I'm better or you're better. I just like pulling. Yeah. Yes, but again, if I see a car which is not very powerful and he's just trying to pull with me for the sake of it, I don't pull. I'm sorry, I'm not disrespecting a car. It's just there's no point of that race unless you show me that you have some potential in your car. Because I have seen Ultima with turbos. I'm sure, Rashid, you being in this whole industry of modifying and putting performance in your car, in people's car, there are so many sleepers out on the street where you would think it's an Ultima or a Maxima. Maxima being a big example. You would think, oh, what can this car do? Twin turbo. People have two JZ swapped engines. So again, there are and yeah, wildlife. These are one. The rest, there's no point telling because then I'll be in jail and it's not a good sight.